Nice to see you all. Those of you I can see, and those whose names I see, I imagine your faces. So, yeah, good to have you on board. I've been interested in this thing where when we have a certain consciousness and that's shored up in whatever way and it becomes a belief, how hard it can be to open to another belief or a whole new concept that's right outside your framework. And I've noticed it because I had a chat with a friend in New York that I've known for a number of years. And I was asking if New York had opened up, and she was talking about how she thinks it's too soon and that, unvaccinated people shouldn't be allowed out to go to shows or restaurants and things. And in the toing and froing, I was asking her about had she seen particular statistics and things like this. And she just kept coming back to, I think it's all about the news sources we trust. And even though I said I'm not getting my information from news sources, I'm getting my information from government websites and places like that, actual statistics. And it was kind of like I'd said the words and it looked for all intents and purposes like two people in a conversation, even though it was a written one. But symbolically, it looked like I'd said the words, and even though they looked like they were going to her, they actually hit a Perspex screen and couldn't penetrate. And I was just thinking about how consciousness is that, how whatever our consciousness is, then that's all we can perceive is in terms of those vibrations and frequencies of consciousness that we carry, and that our beliefs are rooted into that consciousness. And maybe if we're willing to dissolve the perspex screen around us in whatever areas of life, we might be either deliberately or unconsciously holding on to beliefs about reality, whatever they be, and stopping ourselves from having a wider, deeper interaction with more of life. Does that make sense? It's not that you have to change your beliefs necessarily, but you might have to suspend them to open to new levels of consciousness and go, well, yeah, I can get in there. No, that's still, I'm going back to this belief kind of thing. Or no, I might adopt a new belief. But the lack of intellectual character, and it's an actual thing talked about, I think, in psychological circle. But I love the term, and what it means is intellectual character is about having qualities of the mind that are considered good character. So curiosity would be a good quality to contribute to intellectual character, curiosity to look at new things. A bit of courage, I would imagine, is another quality, to let go of the grip on what we think is true, not true, right, wrong, up, down, whatever, to have the courage to let our grip go a bit on that, to maybe have a different type of consciousness be open to us. So that's kind of where I've been at. I wrote a few times in that interaction with that friend in New York, I'm so tired of having this conversation. And so I've got to find ways to lose the perspex. And so just as much as I'm frustrated, I want to not be frustrating others around me by perspexing them as much as I can. All right. So we'll do a bit of smashing, bit of dissolving of perspex cylinders around us, see where we go. All we can do is hold the dream that we are helping all of humanity by willing to transform ourselves on the way. Settle down in your chairs or your beds, wherever you are right now. Take the awareness to the breath. The expanding and relaxing of the chest. The intake and the output. That's it. Make the out breath a bit longer than the in breath. And start to put some appreciation in there for yourself, for how you're navigating a humanity and a world at the turning of an age, particularly a chunky turning, you know, from dark to light. It takes a lot of grunt. So just being aware that that's the truth of what's happening. We're at a turning of an age. We're engaged in it as conscious human beings who identify as people who want to help humanity and creation through light and love. So just appreciating yourself and how you're navigating that right now. And connecting the breath with love for the oneness in everything, including the self, and offering love to that oneness inside you as well as all around you. Nice. Let the love come back on the in-breath. Beautiful. Really engaging with the breath. Let the body relax. Keep breathing love. And just curiously noting what's happening, what sensations there are, whether they're physical or any emotional or mental things happening. As the walls fall away, and the wilderness classroom appears around us. Great, 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 huge ancient trees. The fire burning in the centre. And Anjani Devi, if you wouldn't mind.
Thanks, Parvati. Just holding your connection. Yaradagaba, Yamagay Naya, Anjani Devi, Naya Yala Miragaya, Winagay Gamilarai, Wabikul, Marigalga, Nangu Walebaga Nale, Buddha, Gagiga. I pay respects to the elders past, present, and emerging, and to all nations present here today. I extend that to all people here, to all your elders past, present, and emerging, irrespective of where you're born. Governinda.
And just breathe that through your being. And we call also the infinite absolute oneness, the lunar and solar, feminine and masculine. We call all of the spiritual teachers throughout time who blaze with unconditional love, the elders, medicine men and women, all of the holy ones who share wisdom with us by shining that light on our paths home. We call on Mother Earth by all of her names and all of the mothers of the kingdoms of nature. And just let those join us, those mothers of plant, animal, mineral, mycelium, eukaryotic, great, great beings who are the doorways through which many animal totems, mountain beings, vast and great spirits of nature join us. We call on each of our souls and that oneness within us, the connection with all that is. And we call our teams who love us unconditionally from the spiritual hierarchy. We call the angels and the great beings of light and love with whom each connects in a different way. And we give thanks for this opportunity for transformation and liberation, service, healing, uplifting. For light, love and power, we give thanks for all wisdom, guidance and protection. And for the continuous opening of more self into a reciprocal, requited relationship with all that is. May we shine as our part in the great unfolding. Through divine grace, so be it. And so just settling down here at the fire and connecting. And seeing who's around the fire with you, who's sitting to your right or left. Lovely. Connecting with the elders, whoever is sitting with you. Sending love around the circle of beings here tonight. Good. Sending a light from your third eye around the circle. Connecting as one mind made up of many facets. And then seeing the crown chakra, rather than a specific light, it's though the petals of each being's crown chakra lean a little toward either side, to the person on either side. They don't touch, but a hum of connection goes through and around the circle. Beautiful. And seeing the crown chakras of everybody as these incredible plant-like treetops and blossoms and amazing, amazing parts of nature, crowning each person. Lovely. And the fire goes low so that a beautiful blue and green earth can descend in a clear bubble of light. And we ask tonight that all work we do on ourselves multiply and flood through the human astral field. And that each of us be more and more liberated to full relationship and oneness with all that is. Connecting with the violet flame, let it begin to pour down through you, and letting it pour down those various little bits of, stuff through our last few weeks. The little challenges, the big challenges, the frustration, any fear, and also, of course, letting it saturate through whatever we've absorbed from a mass consciousness that we don't really want to carry. Violet flame saturating every organ and around every organ, right through every cell, around every cell. Let it flood through your mind like wildfire and offer it to your emotional body with love. And repeating after me, I command all negative thoughts, vibrations and energy, and all pockets of trapped emotion to leave my body, mind, and energy field now. And taking a deep breath in from above of the violet flame and flush out through everywhere. Out through your frustration, out through the sense that you might have been banging your head on a wall. Good. Let that fire come again, saturating everything. It happens easier every time, doesn't it? Say, I release all cords of attachment to the people, places, and things, and the times and spaces that drain my energy, my patience, or my will. I release those cords now. And take a deep breath in and flushing out through everywhere. Good. Good. And say, and I call back my spirit from all of those things now. That's it. And breathing in and pull back your sparkling energy. And you will. That's it. Breathe it back in and breathe it out down into your belly. Let that vroom come to the belly because it's your vroom. That's it. Do another breath in. Pull it again out of people, places, times and things, frustrations and irritations. That's it. Extract your energy and breathe it out down into the belly, adding to the vroom. Good. All right. And what if you kind of see yourself as though you're in a bit of a perspex cylinder, and that all of a sudden we can see around every human here the perspex cylinder, and it's neither bad nor good, but it's there, and it does need to be melted, dissolved, opened and stretched often. And so just honouring the perspex cylinder you're in and what it's brought you, and I now see this as a limitation, and I would like much more self or sovereignty in the cylinder of consciousness. That's it. So what if we all say, I now declare through all time and space my willingness to be more flexible, with my perspex cylinder and I choose to cultivate more intellectual character and personal courage. Take a deep breath in, lots of light, tons of light. And as you breathe out, blaze that out through everywhere. Send that declaration you've just made out into every dimension and time space. That's it. And because everything I just described, like time, space and dimension, is kind of cosmic mother, it's like our words land in the cosmic mother and she says, okie dokie. So let the violet flame come first and say, I'm ready to dissolve and release. All tight grip on beliefs or programs that are holding me back from having a richer experience of life. And I release the grip now. And take a breath of fire in from above and draw light in between the eyebrows and breathe out through the jaw, the jawbone. and where it attaches to the skull. Good. Good. Excellent. Say, I choose to transmute any judgments I'm holding of wrong or right that would hold me back from a wider, deeper, richer experience of life. And take a breath of fire in from above and breathing out through the throat. And just opening for a moment to, or where are we saying, I absolutely feel this is right. Not even feel, just this is right, or this is wrong, or that is wrong, or that is right. And it's a challenging thing. But when we lock something that way, then we lock it in. So for instance, and I use this example a lot because it's easy to kind of understand, but we used to think it was all right to enslave children to labour, hard labour, to send them to work in coal mines. In some places of the world, child labour is still a thing. And it was it was widely believed. And we used to think that was right. And now we think it's wrong. And I just think if we could let go of such firm grips, then we can set free things to be more fluid, to open and blossom and grow in accordance with the way nature would intend. And so being as courageous as we can. And say, I'm willing to transmute any judgments I'm holding right now which would hold me back and hold humanity back from a wider, deeper, and richer experience of life, from deeper connection with all of life, and from conscious relationship with all of life. And take a deep breath in from above, breathing out through the throat. What if we say, I ask for a blessing of compassion wherever I've held judgment and created a prison. And just breathing in through your heart. And if you're really willing, send that prayer upwards. If you're really willing to see what it's like to let go, send that prayer up. And then just receive this mercy, compassion mantra as it pours down and into the throat and opens between throat and heart. Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison, Christi eleison, Christi eleison. Christie liaison, Christie liaison, jagged liaison, cosmic mother liaison, jagged liaison, cosmic mother liaison, cosmic mother liaison, jagged liaison, cosmic mother liaison, jagged liaison, cosmic mother liaison, Magaya liaison, cosmic mother liaison, Magaya liaison. And just breathe the energy from Mother Gaia and Cosmic Mother. All matter. Matter is mother. And let her pour that compassion through you, and particularly into the throat and the jaw and the roots of the teeth. The jaw and the roots of the teeth are where we want to hold on to consciousness, where we want to try and control things that can't be controlled. So I think this covers a few areas of what we've discussed. And judgment is something we grip onto. Control is something we grip onto. So really letting that softening compassion energy, let it come down, let it come down, let it come down and into the jaw and the teeth. Keep breathing it through the root of the tongue, the roof of the mouth, the vocal cords and the tonsils, and particularly the jaw and the teeth, jaws and the teeth. Cosmic Mother liaison, jagged liaison, Magaya liaison, cosmic mother liaison. Really breathe that softening energy through the jaw. And then right now around the neck and the throat and into the collarbones and the shoulder blades. And the boniness of the spine. Good, good. And then being aware of the fluid around the brain and the brain itself, and the nerves from the back of the brain right down the spinal cord. Cosmic Mother liaison, Magaya liaison, 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 Mother Gaia, song, Cosmic Mother, song, Mother Gaia, song, Cosmic Mother, on. Let the softening flow through the whole collarbone area and the throat and down your sternum, through the heart. Let the heart soften and expand and relax open. Let each rib be permeated by that softening compassion energy. She understands why we judge. We judge from fear. And she is the oneness, the room, the energy and everything. She is also all longing, so she's in the separation as well. So open to her in the unity and the relationship. That's it. Really softening that. And feeling yourself, you might feel a little like a bit of a puddle at the moment, and that's okay. Feel surrendered. So now from here, let's say we call on the power of transformation called Ma Durga, Ma Keridwen. That's it. And we ask that the creative power of transformation pour into my conscious and unconscious self. And dissolve away all the structures that have been built. That are holding the perspex cylinder in place. I ask that this power transmute the perspex and bring to it a semi-permeable vibration. Beautiful. And then you know what you want to surrender as a conscious thing. But then what if we say, I surrender those things, those structures buried deep in my subconscious, which are holding me back from deep listening and truly hearing, and communicating in a connected way. That's it. Take a deep breath in. Offer that prayer inward to that power, Durga, inside you, as well as offer it all around you. When we send prayers, we send it to a part of self as well as everywhere. That's it. So may Durga awaken in every one of us. Put your tongue, curl the back of your tongue onto the top of your palate, just behind the front teeth. And being receptive, you're going to draw in this energy and breathe it out through the cleft at the back of your palate. And you're going to see in your mind's eye the great power of the mother who transforms. Dive into the darkness there and start slaying and destroying those structures. So being receptive and just keep coming back to that transformative power. Om Katyayanaya Vidmahe Kanyakumari Dhimahi Tano Durge Prachodayata. Okay, can we just say, and I specifically ask that all fixed consciousness that says in conflict or difference, there's either winners and losers or losers and losers. So I ask that the structures of that be destroyed and make way for structures where conflict can give rise to win-win. Good. Now put the tongue on the palate. Thank you, Durga. Om Gatyayanaya Vidmahe Kanyakumari Dhimahi Tanno Durge Prachodayata. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha, 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 Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Breathing in lots of fire. Breathe it out through that cleft at the back of the palate. And say, I ask for the power of transformation to transmute the habit of automatically beginning to jump to a known thought or response before finishing listening to the other. I release the habit of always grabbing onto the known thought. And take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, put the tongue on the palate again and breathing out through the back of the cleft at the palate. Let her dive, let her transformative power dive into the sub or unconscious, and let that transformative power in you, called Durga, let it awaken more. Let her awaken more and help you and grow more. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha, 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 Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Breathing in and out through everywhere, especially the cleft at the back of the palate. Let the energy flood into the subconscious, the unconscious. That's it. And out through the back of the head. And say, I choose to set myself free for a consciousness adventure. Connecting more deeply with the magic of creation by cultivating intellectual character, self-trust, and trust in the oneness. And take a deep breath of brilliant light in and expanding. And she transforms it. She doesn't just destroy what was there, she transforms it. That's it. So really calling her in. That's it. And seeding within us, what would intellectual character look like for us? What would embodiment of more consciousness look like? Not just learning the concept of it, but embodying it. What would launching ourselves out of the known and into the void of endless possibility look like? What extraordinary solutions, change, transformation might we find? How might our service grow through this practice? And say, I ask that the power of transformation within and all around me transmute my perspex cylinder into a semi-permeable membrane that expands and strengthens in such a way as to lovingly connect me with all of creation and the one that brought forth that creation. Beautiful. Put your tongue on your palate again and really feel the perspex cylinder begin to soften and pulse with colour and potential, as I do ask blessings from Mother Maya, Mother Keridwen, Mother Durga, blessings of intellectual character, spiritual courage, emotional self-trust, physical self-trust. Empowerment, being receptive. Om Hreem Shreem Kleem Adikalye Narayani Parameshwari Swaha. 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 Breathe that in and breathe it out through the shell around you, around us all. And let any hardness be moved by love, be moved by love. Let it be massaged into softness around you. Semi-permeable, that still has the strength to repel that which would cause you damage, but to open in such a way as to safely explore. That's it. Now invite the colour to pulse more deeply through the shell around us, the membrane. Let it soften. And as it does, we ask that humanity, wherever possible, be blessed with intellectual character, with capacity for curiosity, adventure, willingness to open to win-win solutions, courage and love. May this be blessed into human consciousness and awaken a deeper connection to the breath of everything. And we ask this in full faith, so be it. And see the world in front of us, in the center of our circle, beginning to pulse with those rhythms of color and hums of energy. And just being receptive. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change, alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive in this great turning. We shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. And just putting your hands in the prayer position at the heart chakra. And we ask that light workers all over the world be blessed, that every single person and sentient being working toward peace, working toward love and connection, working toward healing and uplifting of human consciousness, working toward the reconciliation of relationship between humanity and everything else, that those working toward peace, that everyone be blessed, that every light worker be blessed, and that the prayers of every light worker link together and lift as a powerful prayer for the divine, who always says yes. Beautiful. And just feeling your own energy field and sending the message forward that we be in deep listening as well as in clear communication. Beautiful. And connecting once more with the breath of love and everyone in our circle, embodied and not, as we send our gratitude around the circle through every person and sentient being, every elder, every ancestor. Beautiful. And letting any threads of energy connecting you to this practice or anyone here, just let them drop into the earth here and bless the sacred ground of our wilderness classroom, sending love into the fire which blazes up as the earth lifts up to the oneness in everything, including us. Thank you. And see that same fire in yourself. The very same fire that is right in front of you is in you. May we always serve the fire, the oneness. And just breathing the love to everyone around the circle as we thank our elders, ancestors who are people, tree people, sky people, cloud people, bird people, lizard people, mammal people. All of life is connected. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As we breathe the buildings around us back into apparent solid nature, and we breathe our way back into our body, wriggling your fingers and toes and opening your eyes when you're ready. Thank you.